Yo, what is up, fishing fam? It's Ducci on the bank, back with another video. So I got a comment on my modified dropper rig, and I didn't really ever show how to make it. So this is the modified dropper rig. It is a lead kind of jigging spoon, ice fishing jigging spoon. Originally was something like this with the treble hook. Took that off, tied on a little 2.5 inch line to a hook underneath, and up here there is a split ring, and I have this little, I don't know, jewelry pin or whatever. I don't even know. These are for like making earrings. You can get these at like a jeweler, or not a jewelry store, but like a beading store. So I have that wrapped around the split ring with a couple beads. I have like this kind of metal magnetite bead and this orange glass bead. So when you jig it vertically, the water catches the bead, brings it up, and then when you pull up, it clacks. So repeatedly you can yeah. So in my other video I demonstrate that, and I kind of boost the audio so that you get a good idea of that. This thing does create some sort of sound underwater, and then when you stop, it kind of keeps that small profile, which is nice. So in today's video I'm going to demonstrate how to make one. With this, you can also use any sort of vertical jigging spoon, these like little Cast Masters or whatever. They work just fine. This one in particular, I'm sure like these are sold everywhere. Originally there's this kind of curve or a bend to it, so I immediately just straighten that out with a quick little bend, and that's all it takes. You're gonna need split ring pliers. You don't need to, but I mean, these definitely help. You can take the split ring right off the bottom, leave the one on the top, because you're gonna want to use that later. And well, geez. I mean, all right, so treble hook is off. This is where you're gonna tie your leader line to your hook. It's advised that you don't go any more than 3 inches, or else it's kind of like unproductive, but I've not tested and confirmed that at all. So you have your split ring on top, and you're gonna want to take one of these earring pins or what have you. If you have an option for size, I would suggest getting like a longer one. This is about 2.5 inches, so, or maybe even 2 inches, but whatever. The longer the better. It's easier to work with it. So I have a bunch of beads here, plastic, glass. So I'm gonna put my biggest bead on the bottom, and I don't believe you need two. I just kind of put two for the heck of it, so you get a little bit of extra like rattle, especially two beads of like different densities. So I have a plastic bead on the back here, I have the glass one up front, and yeah. So you kind of want to gauge how far you want this bead to sit across your spoon. So somewhere in the middle, or like 2/3 of the way down, is fine. So it's all ballpark. You just put a loop in this. It doesn't have to be like super secure, because it's not going to be like load bearing, or you're not going to have a fish like tugging on this bar or whatever, so you don't have to worry about it coming off. I apologize, this is probably going to come out really atrocious, but, and on top of that, I do not have something to, or the proper pliers to cut this little section off here, which is kind of problematic. But for the sake of this video, I'm not gonna fuss about it. I'm just gonna wrap this all the way around. Okay, I said I wasn't going to fuss about it, but here I am fussing about it. Ever so slightly. Okay, so this little tag end right there, I'm just going to leave that. Please ignore it. So, you take your split ring, open it up. As I've demonstrated, I'm not really great at this part. And you just feed your little bead bar there, or whatever, a rattler, and voila. Really, that's all it comes down to. That's really all there is to it. Yeah, so this ended up being a little bit halfway, but like I said, it doesn't really matter that much. And all that's left to do is to take any size hook and put it on the bottom, like it is here. You put your bait, good to go. So hopefully you found this video, you know, informative and a little bit more in depth on the ins and outs of this rig. So if you go out and fish with it, let me know. Did it work for you? If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.